Good Friday morning. It is a really nice start to the weekend. I'm going to call it that since it's Friday. And
yeah, kicking it off.
Like
Why not?
Yeah. But I'm meteorologist Tucker Antico with meteorologist Courtney Aitken. I said that right?
Yeah,
okay.
You're good.
I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing things correctly.
No, all good, all good.
Good
so Friday, one full week on sunrise.
Yeah.
How's it feel? How's your sleep? How's everything?
Everything's good overall. Yeah, the sleep's good. Better than I thought, actually.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm probably averaging like 5 hours, like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'm in bed for six and a quarter, but
it's like that still counts. Like you're resting, right? You get the hang of it.
I'm trying not to nap because I don't want to
it's
bump
tough.
the sleep time back.
Yeah, there's like a fine line. It's like if you nap too long, it's like, oh, I missed the sleep window.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you got to master it. It's like a science.
Yeah.
So.
I napped for like, I don't know, an hour and a half yesterday.
Yeah.
And I didn't really mean to. I just sat on the couch and I'm like, well, I'll close my eyes for like 30 minutes.
And then you wake up
and then it's
an
30
hour or
minutes.
so later.
And then I set an alarm and I did wake up and then I was like, 30 more is fine.
Yeah, you're
and then
like,
I added
why not?
30 on top of that.
Yep.
And the next thing I know, I'm like, all right, you got to get up. You know?
It happens. And also I feel like Fridays too, if you have plans like tonight or over the weekend, the nap is almost necessary.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel.
Today I will.
Yeah.
Because I want to stay up. It's a Friday night.
It's a Friday night.
Friday, Saturday night. If I'm asleep before midnight, then I don't know, feel old or something like that.
I know.
I don't feel that way yet.
I've talked about this before, I feel like, where it's like if I fall asleep before 11 o'clock on a weekend, I lose. What am I losing? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I lost.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Like, why do I
Can't
feel like
happen.
that? I don't know why.
I know.
But
no,
it's like,
I get it.
You know what I mean?
It's a thing. Oh, it really
Yeah.
is. It's one of those things, yeah. I'm figuring it out, though.
Yeah.
I was worried I'd be sleeping 4.5 hours a night. Because
Yeah.
I used to go to sleep at like 2 a.m., like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, like not too long ago.
Yeah, but could be worse.
It could be worse. Well, that's good. And I feel like over the past week, like your first week on air, it's been cool because like we've had like a little bit, like it hasn't been the same rinse and repeat day over and over. Like we had a slight risk and we had, a really nice day with lower humidity. So we've got like the Midwest is Midwesting.
Yeah,
for your first
that's what
week.
I wanted. I wanted the storms.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the crazy temperature swings in the fall.
For sure.
I think that's fun.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun too.
It's good until it gets to like 10 below zero, but
yeah,
we'll worry about that
when it comes. I'm like, not too soon. I was gonna say like I'm excited for the foliage because it's so good here, but I'm like coming from Boston, isn't it really good up there
New England
too?
Is,
I've never been,
good,
but I've heard that it's fantastic.
A lot of people go out in the fall to visit just
for that.
Yeah, go up to the White Mountains or the Green Mountains, and it's a lot of maples, so they all turn around the same time. They're all bright orange and red.
And then you have all the fall stuff too, like the Salem is right there, right? So you have all that.
That's true. I've only been there once, even though I'm from the area. It's one of those things.
Probably more
like,
touristy.
Yeah. Oh, very much. Halloween time, it's actually nuts though.
I bet.
You can't drive there. Public transportation's like you got to get like a train ticket early.
Wow.
Because it's hard to get there.
I believe it. Yeah.
A little excessive, in my opinion, but to each their own.
Yeah, to each their own. Hey,
people enjoy it. Let's get to our dew points as we start things off. Menominee 72. Ugh.
Gross.
Would not want to be there right now. Glad we're in the cities.
Yeah, no thank you.
10 degrees lower at the dew point, that is. It's been a little humid this morning. Some of it's from the rain last night. The cold front came through, but the dry air is taking its time.
Its time. I did notice this morning when I opened the shades that my entire window was covered in just moisture, and I was a little bit surprised. I was like, oh wow.
Some window sweat.
Yeah, exactly. And then I got outside with the dog and all the cars in the lot. It was like the same thing. I was like, okay, it's a little bit more moisture than I had anticipated.
Yeah, a little soupy. Yeah. It was like this morning. It felt comfortable, but it wasn't that refreshing.
Sure.
Know?
I would agree. 100%.
Should help that we get the northwest wind. Sun's out. Should mix things up a little bit, so things are trending the right direction. Bless you.
Thank you.
You sick of the humidity?
Sure am. Get that out of here.
It's all right. It's getting better. Once the sun's out, though, I mean, it is out, but once we really, well, actually, what is that? some lingering clouds over the city.
You know, I feel like this
morning.
view is almost deceiving.
Is it?
Because on this particular camera view, maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like on really sunny days, it doesn't look that sunny when you look at this view. Like, it looks really hazy and kind of gross, but like if you're looking right overhead, the sky's blue. And like same thing right now, because we've both been outside today already.
Golden Valley is sunny.
Golden Valley is
It's
sunny.
not a cloud in the
I don't
sky.
know what y'all are doing in the metro, but like Golden Valley looks good. So get those clouds out of here.
Well, regardless, it will be sunny if it's perhaps not sunny in this one little patch. I'm sure there's a couple other places where there are some clouds, but it'll be sunny today. That sun's going to help dry things out, warm things up. You know how it goes. So we're improving.
We are improving.
And certainly you can see our storm complex. If you're in Madison,
busy morning.
Kind of wish I was there.
I know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was
Milwaukee.
zooming in on that complex of storms, and yeah, I mean, I'm almost surprised that there aren't any warnings on there.
Yeah, it's probably
everything's probably just right on the cusp.
It's probably stability. Like, you probably still have a little inversion that's just protecting the surface out there. I guess you can see some clouds showing up in Minnesota. Not a lot, though. Not a lot. This was yesterday. This was our loop. You can't see the warning boxes, but that cluster of storms that moved through the Brainerd Lakes area, it'll loop again here. That produced quite a bit of hail. There's a lot of hail reports. And then you had that one storm near 94. See it to the south? That possibly produced a tornado near Litchfield. That was tornado warned. Radar was... to me, it's pretty 50-50. Like, it's one of those where it didn't scream like, "Oh yeah, there's a tornado here," but it was like, it was convincing enough that I would not be shocked by any means if they did confirm something.
Yeah.
But did it hit anything? That's also, that
remains to be seen.
I haven't seen
guess
any damage reports, so I'd assume no, which makes it kind of hard sometimes.
Makes it hard
determine.
to say.
But
yeah,
that's a good thing, of course.
We haven't had we haven't heard anything, rather, from the National Weather Service on whether they'll be headed out to the Litchfield area today to survey and see if a tornado did briefly touch down. Again, I don't know if maybe the lack of damage reports is the reason why we haven't heard anything from them for a survey, but it is still pretty early. So we'll, of course, see what happens the rest of the day. Not out of the question, but we've been talking about this. Maybe one of those scenarios where something looked just ominous enough that they decided to err on the safe side and issue the warning. So.
I was trying to zoom in on the storm, but I did not set the time for anything other than midnight. So you saw
it happens. That's where it was, right? So you got a really good idea of the area. You're like, I promise, this is where it is.
5 miles north and west. Not a big deal. I was just going to show you the hook. But it was, 5 miles to the northwest of Litchfield where it looked like there may have been something. Obviously, it's a rural area, so there's less stuff for it to hit. But
nice pocket of rain there.
See. Yeah. We got a couple of little stripes. Those blue colors, a half inch to up to an inch in some spots. We could have used more, obviously, but this is actually more than I thought we'd see.
I would agree with that. Yeah, especially to the north, that area west of 35 as you head up towards Duluth. That's certainly more than I expected to see. But let me tell you, if we get another one of these events, I'm going to start believing the conspiracies about the Twin Cities rain dome because what's going on? We just got missed again.
The drought is like, we're right on the edge of it.
Yeah.
So that's a new one, Twin Cities rain dome. I mean, Mankato and Wilmar,
good for them.
They're totally fine out there. It is interesting, to have that tight a gradient, for a drought, and what you're seeing up near Moorhead too, where it's not bad in surrounding areas, and then right overhead you got that extreme drought, which is, it's tough when you have some of these localized rain issues because it's harder to, it's harder to plan around that, given so many areas are. It's crazy. Ortonville right there. No drought conditions. You drive a couple hours up the road and it's extreme.
Yeah, the gradient
not much continuity.
Is pretty impressive. Just to the north of Menominee, you have severe drought, and then same with right near Hayward, you have that additional pocket of extreme drought. But if you look just to the south of that, there are counties that are only in moderate drought in Wisconsin. And of course, this is my first summer here. It was my first winter here. I got here in January, and I'm just surprised that the severe drought has crept so far to the north, just considering the snowpack that we had in those areas. I thought, well, there's no way these areas will dry out with all the snowpack that they have, but there it is. I mean, it's very interesting to me.
So. Yeah, hopefully we can get some real snow this winter, although the strong El Nino raises some question marks.
That is for sure.
Sure, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But, here's little things from the show. Look, it's going to be sunny this afternoon. Some
Beautiful
fog
day.
this morning. Yeah, it really is. 80s almost everywhere. If you're getting a little early jump up to the cabin, to the lake, you'll find 70s. But
today's probably the warmest of it. So if you can, take off, get an early start to the weekend, I think it's going to be a really nice Friday. Not that there are any issues with Saturday and Sunday. Those will be warm too, but today probably looking like the warmer of the next few. So
yeah, this is for the metro right here. And Sunday morning, I'm thinking upper 50s. And I was looking at some of the lows from this morning, some of the lows forecast for tomorrow. Wouldn't be shocked if we slip into the upper 40s. In some places, if you're up at the cabin or the lake in northern Minnesota, Sunday morning.
Yep.
Good running weather.
Good, great running weather.
It'll be dry.
Absolutely.
It'll be clear. So that should be nice, I think. Some
nice
people
and
might
crisp.
disagree. Yeah.
I'm into it personally.
Yeah. No, when it's only for a few hours of the day, like.
And then the rest of the day, warm up, and it's
a little
nice.
Best of both worlds.
Totally.
A little Hannah Montana.
I'm all for it.
Nice today, of course. This is just if you're going up a little farther north, obviously. Brainerd's popular spot, Hayward. When I was in western Wisconsin, I feel like everyone went up to Hayward.
Oh, yeah?
And there were a lot of people from here who were up there, too. But
yeah, I know. I think that there are folks at the station who have family cabins up in Hayward Lake. So, yeah.
Mid-70s really at the coolest, though. It's a lot to work with. Upper 70s, depending on where exactly you are, it's a little cooler because you have the big lake, the Great Lakes, some might say, keeping things just a tad cooler. But overall, there's
not really
no
a bad
issues.
Day, not really a bad place to be. It's pretty nice.
This graphic looks a lot cooler when you have like different things other than comfortable all 4 days.
But still, I'm a big fan of this one. This is a Tucker original.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Actually, my chief in Eau Claire, Darren, he had a graphic like this, and I loved it. So I built one when I was in Indiana and then in Boston.
And there you go. You just kind of remake it wherever you go. Yeah. You just kind of take the template and remix it to fit wherever you go, but that's just a really nice way of showing, hey, it's going to be comfortable the next few days. Maybe some indication of change over the next 6 to 10, and I believe this takes us right about to the start of the state fair, which a lot of folks are probably curious about the weather for that. Overall, looking like in the Twin Cities, we're right about normal. You can see we're in that gray area. Best chance of seeing a little bit more moisture than average is going to be for that southwestern pocket of the state, but even then, it's maybe a 20 to 30% chance, so not a huge washout type of pattern. Yeah,
it's one of those where it looks like we're talking slightly more storm activity in the plains, and a lot of that, as we've seen, hasn't quite made it into Minneapolis or Minnesota as a whole.
Right.
And if it does come our way, it's been south, which once again is sort of the highlighted area here. Look at the East Coast getting some pretty sick.
Yeah, it looks kind of wet over there.
Not us, though.
Not us.
We got an upper low that should be sitting around, Ontario, and that's why we're sort of in that one pocket where it's not going to be super warm this upcoming week. Because the ridge, I've seen people. Well, I mean, you're from Denver, when you get those ridges out west, it can be pretty hot and dry for a while.
It cooks. It's
in Texas
really
too.
Yeah, I mean, you get that heat dome going, especially in Texas. I mean, it is just most of the summer is just brutally hot, but Denver can really get hot too, especially when you compare Denver to the western slope of Colorado. It doesn't ever, 80 degrees where I'm from is like, oh man, that's a really hot day. But Denver gets up to the 90s, and unfortunately the triple digits quite a bit during the summer. So
yeah. Luckily we don't need the heats. We need, well, I would take a hot day, but with the drought.
Yeah.
80s make a big difference than 90s,
I that's a good point. 80s is like, okay, this is nice. This is summer. It just feels like summer. Once you get to 90, it's like, all right.
Yeah, dry things out a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Our one chance for rain next week, Tuesday. Maybe some isolated storms. Got a cold front coming through. And then Thursday, that's a big day, isn't it? Back to the upper 70s.
Back to the upper 70s,
Not too bad
50s
in
the morning. Yeah, KARE 11 barn. I've heard it gets hot in there.
Me
so
too.
70s during the day, better than 80s, certainly better than 90s. We'll take it. And we'll see you next week.
Have a nice weekend.